Lonely Man's Raw. The Raw.
Bro.
What's
Lonely
up?
Man's raw.
You got the Raws on you for the Lonely Man's Raw?
Bro, you can only have raws when you're going Lonely Man raw.
If you're going Raw, you gotta go Raw.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jesse Burlingame. I'm here with Ben Basongo. What's going on, Ben Basongo?
Oh, just another, man, so much shit is happening and coming up. One thing I'm like, I was reading, the Neil Strauss, Neil Strauss, right?
Author of The Game.
The Game, right.
Hero of the Lonely Man's Podcast, Neil Strauss.
Spiritual and moral leader of the podcast.
Spiritual leader.
Yeah, he's right up there with Steve Harvey in terms of spiritual leaders.
Yes, and Andrew Tate.
The Cobra. I don't know, man. He's been on some weird shit on Twitter lately, so I don't know if you still follow him.
Neil Strauss?
No. The Cobra.
Cobra Tate's on some weird shit?
He's just been like all the shit he was talking shit about. He's just be out there just tweeting some shit. Something happened to him when they locked him up, bro.
He was always talking shit.
But he's not talking like the same kind of shit. Like everything is just like completely changed. He's like tweeting anime and all these like cryptic messages and shit.
Is he still doing that, or is this the last time you checked in?
No, I mean, last time he had like 3. I know he added at least another one since then.
Okay.
So yeah, but he just like he posts all this random stuff, and I'm like, man, what happened to the boy? Just what happened to him in there? Something had to have happened. Someone came and talked to him.
Oh, the people came and talked to him?
Bro, you know them people in black suits and some shades pulled up on this dude. We're like, listen.
What about Neil Strauss?
Oh, I was gonna say. So I recently read his book. Last book came out in like 2015, and the whole book was about how like his whole, like how after all the pickup stuff, like he just realized he was a sex addict and he went to like sex rehab and all this stuff, and then he like at the end of the book he like got back into this monogamous relationship with his.
You
ex.
Can't even say that word. You're like Fonzie trying to say sorry.
I was like, oh, yeah. I said
no.
I can't get it out. But apparently, so then I was like, oh, and the book ends, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I like looked it up. They got divorced like 5 years later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, is there really
during COVID?
What's up?
During
before COVID. So yeah, when he wrote the book, came out in like 2016. Him and all that stuff happened. Like they got.
Like,
back
I love my wife.
Yeah, I love her. Period.
It's like when Howard Stern like devoted his movie to his wife Allison, and then got divorced like while the movie was coming out.
Yeah. Wait, he's not with that girl anymore?
With Allison?
Isn't that the
Allison's his first wife?
Oh, okay.
In the movie Private Parts, it's like the whole movie is about him like realizing he's in love with his wife. It's this whole like love story about them, and the movie's like dedicated to her. And then they immediately got divorced when the movie came out.
Yeah, because if you have to do something like write a movie to show your like love, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
because then you still have to live day to day and fight over bullshit because you didn't change anything. But I'm like, man, I wonder if he's gonna write a new book. Been like, guys, I tried it. I had the kid. I had the wife, and it's bullshit. Monotony is bullshit.
He goes back to polyamory again.
Yeah,
or MLTRs, is that what they call it?
What is an MLTR?
Multiple long-term relationships.
Oof.
So you're spinning a lot of plates in the relationship game.
Bro, honestly, just on a pure level of just time and effort, like being in multiple long-term relationships would be so exhausting.
Yeah.
Like
that's all those guys devoted all their time to, though.
Yeah,
and then they started making money off of it, so then they just had all this free time. Like their job was to go out to the clubs and like pick up girls because they had to show these other guys how to do it too. So they're in the field like giving lessons, but they're also taking their own chicks home. Yeah, no, I'm not saying like you wouldn't be pulling, but like if I had to maintain like multiple, like I had to care about multiple girls, like emotions and feelings and time. Scheduling all these dates and everything.
Yeah, and times to like, we need to find some alone, some quality time, Like I'll be like, ugh.
Are you not into the QT?
I am, but like, I love the QT.
Yeah.
But having to like make that all the time, if you had multiple ones, like all your time would be spent doing that. Because I think about like my time now, and it's like even making that quality time for like one girl seems like a challenge. Now you throw in multiple, that'd be some bullshit. It'd be like, this is too much. Do you think you can pull it off?
No, I've never done that. I could barely do one.
You're a love guy?
SLTRs are hard for me. Singular long-term relationships.
Yeah, that's because you're not a
No, when I read that in the book, the multiple long-term relationships, I was like, yeah, no thanks. You're just trying to show off, dude.
Yeah, it just means you're not an HVM.
Well, I don't know what
high value man.
I don't know if a long-term relationship was like a committed relationship. It's not a monogamous relationship, that's for sure. But I don't think they were using like poly back then.
No.
They called it MLTRs.
Yeah.
But they were all like, it wasn't all they weren't all like in one relationship together.
No.
He had individual relationships with multiple people.
That's even more. Because, like...
But I think he was pretty big on transparency, too. And letting all the women know, like, yeah, like, I'm not tied down to one person. I'm seeing so-and-so.
Yeah, as you should be if you're going to pull... I mean, there's no way to pull it off with that. If you had to, like... Especially, like, now in today's day and age. Because back then when all that stuff happened, like, social media wasn't, like, really what it is now. So if you had multiple...
No, they were pulling girls' email addresses.
Exactly. Like, now, could you imagine doing that and then, like, one girl, like, makes you put, like, your official on, like, Facebook or Instagram or some shit, and now you got to be like, nah, like, there's no way you could pull that off.
I don't think I've ever been Facebook official. Actually, maybe in 2009. I was probably Facebook official in 2009, but ever since then.
What about with Monica? You guys weren't Facebook official?
No, we didn't care about that at all.
Wow.
We were a progressive couple, dude. Progressive interracial couple.
Man.
Because I never go on Facebook. And no one's trying to holler at me on Facebook. But some girls have been like, why won't you post me on Instagram? You're not going on the main feed, that's for sure. I thought you opened a story.
Have you ever posted a girl on your main feed?
No.
Have you ever posted a girl on your story?
Yes.
Okay. Face and everything on the story, or did you add them on the story?
Yeah, I repost their story that they tagged me in or something.
Oh, okay. But you never like, oh, baby, like put up and then put like add her or a picture of her or anything like that?
With Monica, I used to put, because while we were dating, it's when Nick Jonas married Priyanka Chopra. Mm-hmm. So it was a white guy and an Indian girl. So I would just post pictures of them and tag us in them.
This is our story.
It'd be like Nick Jonas in a suit, like with Priyanka Chopra. They had like 10 different weddings. Their wedding went on for like a year.
Just elephants every time.
Yeah, so many elephants, dude.
Yeah, how many dances do you have to learn for that wedding?
I know, right?
Shit. Which I do think is the coolest part about Indian weddings.
The choreography?
The choreography, the dance, you know, like just making that a thing.
I always said I was riding in an elephant. And she's like, do you think you deserve a fucking elephant?
That's a very bold statement on both parts.
Her sister got horses.
Really?
Yeah, they rode in on horses.
Dang, and you didn't even deserve elephants, bro.
Elephants way more expensive, I would think.
That's my sister got horses, bro. You're coming out here, you're not getting Nathan.
You know, they could afford the horses. I can't afford an elephant.
I feel like if I do ever have a wedding at some point, I'm just gonna throw that in there. Like, bro, you're not even Indian. I'm just like, but it's so cool.
There's elephants in Africa, right?
Yeah, elephants. Yeah, there's elephants in Africa.
Yeah, you can ride in on an
You
elephant.
just come in, bro. We just be doing the dancing and shit, but only traditional African dancing.
Yeah.
You know, we just drums are playing and shit.
What are the national animals of the Congo?
All of them.
Circle of life.
I mean, the Serengeti, like the jungle has everything. So I guess you'd be like, I guess when you talk about Africa, the national animal's got to be a lion, right?
Probably.
It's got to be a lion. Either that.
Other national animals? Well, we have a bird.
Yeah, we have the bald eagle, which
The only place in the world that you can find a wild okapi is in the dense tropical rainforest of the Democratic Republic, Monogamous Republic of Congo.
yeah, right. My grandfather on my dad's side, he had like 4 or 5 wives.
Really?
Yeah, he had like 16 kids.
Damn, yeah, you got pimping in your blood.
Bro, it's been running in the whole squad.
Yeah,
No,
pimping since pimping.
Yeah, so one of the things that they talk about in that book is like if monogamy is like if you're born monogamous or you're born or you're just born like with the inability to be monogamous. And what they came to the conclusion of is there's not like a gene for it. but there are certain like brain traits that they can see that make you more like likely for it or just make it harder for you. Which they said is the same thing with like a lot of other like things like schizophrenia, even like you're not born with it, but you're just born to be like a proclivity to like be more likely to.
So if I smoke too much weed, I might end up monogamous.
That's exactly what they're saying.
I might have a brain break.
If you smoke too little weed, actually, it makes you monogamous. So what you're gonna need to do is get high.
Let's get high right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get high right now.
The okapi, also known as the forest giraffe, Congolese giraffe, and zebra giraffe, is a something that is endemic to the Northeast Democratic Republic of the Congo. You ever seen these things? I've never even heard of this.
An okapi?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know what that is.
It looks like a zebra with a really long like giraffe neck.
Shit.
It has a zebra ass.
I've seen those. It's got a zebra, bro.
It's got that zebra booty.
It's just got that zebra booty, bro.
The zebra booty. And zebra legs. Those are pretty cool.
What an interesting animal. I wonder if someone tries to kill it and take its like pelt. There's probably someone out there trying to kill it.
They're probably trying to get that booty.
Yeah.
Trying to get to you and that zebra booty.
Bro, they're trying to get to everything in the Congo. They're trying to take it all.
Yeah.
They're not letting you keep anything in the Congo. Not even you, okapi. You're not keeping that zebra booty, dog.
They're the national animal. They have to be protected.
That's a national animal?
Yeah.
The okapi.
Because it's only the Congo has them. They're not found anywhere else. It looks like some weird like Island of Dr. Moreau like hybrid.
It's like the equivalent of Karens, you know. It's the national woman of America.
Right.
Nowhere else has it. You know, they're just rare.
The O'Karen.
Ireland has a lot of O'Karens out there, but a lot of them moved to Boston. That's a place with the Irish there.
Neil Strauss's wife, is it the woman that he's with at the end of the game, or does he end up with somebody else before he goes to sex rehab?
No, him and the woman at the end of the game broke up like 6 months later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
then he just
the wife, the sex rehab wife, leaves him after that book?
I don't know who left who. I just know he's divorced now.
Okay.
They were married for 5 years. And I'm just like, man, if you go through all that work.
Every time he writes a book, he loses a woman. It seems.
Seems to be.
He better not come out with a new book.
But like in the book, he goes to like sex rehab. He talks to all these therapists. It's like a whole process, right? For like years. But I'm saying you do all of that and then you still can't maintain the relationship. Like,
relationships are hard, dude.
Doesn't give a lot of hope.
I went to couples therapy for 1.5 years, and we broke up in couples therapy. It happens sometimes.
So what you're saying is therapy doesn't matter.
I mean, he might need to do some other type of therapy. But sex rehab is pretty specific.
Well, that's the whole thing. So he starts out of sex rehab, and then he's like, okay, he doesn't like some of this stuff, and then he goes and tries all these different therapies and all these other tries rehabs and comes to this whole like, oh, I need to like fix all this trauma with my parents and all this childhood stuff, and like I need to become like a better person. So like he goes through all the sex rehab, finds out that doesn't work. But like being like I guess the message is like being like a whole person with like a mature adult attachment style and like relationships and stuff, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, makes you like that's what makes a successful relationship. Like if you're good, then you can be good to the other person and like communicate and like go through all that. And he goes through all that to essentially become a better person himself. And then he does that, and then 5 years later, still gets that divorce.
I don't know. Maybe she has issues. She needs to work out.
The book addresses that.
Maybe it's not on him.
Because she had trust issues
Yeah.
after that, and she had to like work through her own issues. So she went through therapy and did like a bunch of
Was he cheating?
What's up?
Was he cheating before he went to sex rehab?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to forget that.
Yeah.
No matter how much therapy you do, couples counseling. It's like, well, you still betrayed me.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, it is hard to recover from that.
But that's like the thing is like, if you're not going to recover from that, like you might as well break up because like there's no point in getting back together if you know.
But people convince themselves that they can get over it and then it turns out they can't get over it. So.
Well, so that was the whole thing. Like in the book, he said like at first she thought she was over it because they were broken up for like a year, something like 2 years or something like that. And so that's when he
breaks are hard. I don't like breaks either.
Yeah, once a break, bro. If it's a break, is a break up. Like it's like med school for a breakup. You know, it just happens beforehand. But what's the point of all that? But yeah, once you cheat, there's no coming back from that.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. My sister used to say that to me all the time.
Who said that?
My sister would say that to me.
Why? Did your sister date a lot of cheaters?
I don't know, but I definitely cheated on my first couple of girlfriends.
Does that mean you're always a cheater?
Like, apparently, yeah.
Did you cheat on your next couple girlfriends?
I'll tell women straight up now, though. They're like, have you ever cheated? I'm like, yeah, I have. Like 13 years ago.
Have you cheated on your last?
I haven't cheated since 2010. No, 2011. 2011.
So you heard that here first, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Burlingame is saying
12 years out the cheating game.
That Jesse no cheating game. Jesse keeping the game clean. But yeah, so you're saying that you can come back. That you're not once a cheater, always a cheater. Like,
right.
You could be a cheater and be like, no, I'm no. I've been delivered. I don't cheat no more.
I'm rehabilitated.
But I don't think you could go back with the same person you cheated on, though. I feel like you could try with somebody new, but
no. I did hook up with one of my girlfriends that I cheated on 5 years after we broke up.
Well, you had another girlfriend.
No.
Okay.
We were both single.
All right.
She had just gotten out of a relationship. I don't think I hadn't been in a relationship in a while. In like 3 years. What is the timeline of
your relationship timeline?
Yeah, I used to have it all memorized, and now it's like fleeting from me. But yeah, I'd been single for a few years. She had just gotten out of a relationship. We saw each other at a wedding. People are all horned up at weddings.
Yeah, weddings.
So we hooked up that night. And then we booty called each other for like 6 months. And then it just stopped.
She probably found someone.
Yeah.
That's how this game goes. Girls will like date another guy and then they'll come back in. I could always tell when a girl meets a guy or stops talking to the old guy.
Yeah.
Because like you'll be talking to a girl and all of a sudden they ghost. They found a dude. And then all of a sudden they're back. Hey. And you're like, what? And then you start.
Like, what happened? What have you been up to?
Yeah, if you do some sleuthing, you can figure out.
You can tell when a girl's single on social media, too. They just start posting in a certain way. A lot more selfies come out. A lot more Instagram stories of them with the girls.
Bro,
out drinking.
One of the baddest girls I've met in Austin was with this hella goofy dude when I met her. Mm-hmm. And, like, she didn't post nothing on the gram. And then all of a sudden, my Instagram has just been flooded with her posts.
Booty selfies?
All like
that's
bikini
when the booty
selfies and stuff come out.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, so she's back in the game, man. Just she's out here.
Good for her. I'm glad to see women out there doing their thing.
I'm just glad. You're just glad.
When I get high and I just start like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just glad for the booty selfies. You're like, this is.
I'm grateful for the booty selfies.
I am a big. As much as I am a big fan of booty selfies.
Yeah.
I think I'm too big of a fan, you know? Like, I'm just like, why?
It's my whole algorithm is booty selfies.
But sometimes I feel bad. Because I'm like, what is it about this person's life that they have to, like, post pictures of their booty for validation on the internet?
I think about that all the time, yeah.
And part of me feels like I'm contributing to, like, this person's depression.
Hey, you can't like the photo.
No, you can't. You can't let them know
that
this is... But it's like almost like then you give it like then you feel bad. You give it like a pity like sometimes. You're just like if there's not. You're like oof. I don't know, but
if I'm not following them, I'm not liking their photo.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not following. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not even. I really don't go through my suggestions sometimes.
Yeah,
but there is a healthy mix, I'd say, of basketball, just sports in general, anime, and booty.
No, remember we went through it and there was a hot girl on there. We clicked on it and she's a sports analyst.
That is true. Even the hot women on my feed are into sports. I think I realized how like basic my likes are very recently. Like things that I like, I'm just like, man, I'm just like a basic bitch. It's like, what do you like? I'm going out on my paddleboard. Like, let's go hiking.
Right.
What's your feed? It's like a lot of like workout videos and like basketball and like anime. Like it's just it's not like. I don't know. I don't have any.
I went down to the water the other day. But did I tell you this story? I'll tell this one on the Patreon actually. There's some prominent figures involved in the story.
Is it about the one about the at the park and someone went a little wild?
Yeah, that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell the wild. I'll tell wild stories on the Patreon.
Yeah,
Patreon.com/LonelyMans.
Yup.
$5.
And that we name names. Prominent people get called out. We tell stories about the shit that actually happened.
Yeah, I could name names on there.
Yeah, then you can be like, this person. Blah. Yeah, just vomit.
Because someone posted an Instagram story of it, and then it got screen recorded and put on Reddit, and people are going buck wild. I'll read all the Reddit comments too.
That quickly?
Yeah.
Wow.
The streets is watching, dude.
Bro, the streets are, man.
Yeah, the ops are out there.
We got the ops.
Yeah.
Do we have any ops?
About to find out.
Is there like a Full of Friends podcast that's just like...
Is there a Lonely Man's Reddit that we didn't create? Someone create the Lonely Man's Reddit.
Let's get some haters out there.
r/LonelyMans Podcast. We had the Facebook page of the Lonely Man's Edge Nights, but that's not really active anymore.
Nah.
We were very engaged with our community for a while.
Yeah, we came out the gate hot.
I don't even know if Molly Cronin listens anymore.
I love Molly Cronin. Molly Cronin, if I could get 100 Molly Cronin fans,
Yeah.
that's all I'd want in life. I'd be set. 100 Molly Cronins. You probably couldn't make them. I don't think there's 100 of them out there. Because for someone that's not a comic, she might have been like the best like meme like maker, witty person in the streets.
Yeah.
Like
We'll have ChatGPT write up something to appeal to Molly Cronin types.
Bro, Molly Cronin will destroy ChatGPT. It wouldn't even be close. ChatGPT would stand no chance. ChatGPT, make a funny meme. Molly Cronin, go.
Oh, yeah. ChatGPT can't replace Molly Cronin, but it can tell us how to attract more people like Molly Cronin.
The best fans in the world.
We should just ask Molly Cronin what she likes about the podcast.
Yeah, you know how like they make songs like John Wall? We should just make an episode Molly Cronin. That'll just be the name. And then everyone's going to wonder, who is Molly Cronin? Best fan in the world.
Number one. The original.
The GOAT. She's the Michael Jordan of fans. She's the Michael Jordan of memes. She's the Michael Jordan of wit.
And Dylon's LeBron.
Yeah.
Dylon, where's that bong, dude?
Not coming through in the clutch.
I'll give you my address. Thought they've just put a gate around my post office box, and I think there's some code that I have to get.
So what you're saying is you're not going to get your mail
I'm not
for a
gonna
while.
get my mail, so
Nothing's coming in.
you're not gonna get your mail either. It's locked up in there too.
Listen, anything they're sending here,
It's not good. It's never anything good.
it's not, bro. Keep it.
I just got a past due for the tolls, and I didn't even get the original one, so I don't know what's going on with my mail, bro.
Yeah, I'm over here looking around like they're giving me a lot of figures now that I gotta pay at the toll company, a lot of fees, which I hate. Like you already charged me a fine that I didn't pay, so you think fees are gonna make it better? You think adding more money is gonna make me spend like, oh, let me pay it more?
Dude, I gotta call Worcester because they sent me another excise tax bill. Like, I don't know. I guess every state. I just told someone about this the other day. Every state doesn't have an excise tax. It's some sort of tax you pay on your own driveway to park your car there. To have a car in the city, I think.
Really?
You pay the excise tax on it, yeah.
I've never had
It must not be a Colorado thing because your car was registered in Colorado.
Well, yeah, for any tax that you need to pay when you register your car in Colorado, and I think from what I've experienced here in Texas as well, is you pay upon registration. And then once you pay that, then your car is good in the state. Like, you don't need they don't send you an extra fucking bill.
Yeah.
Fucking Taxachusetts would.
It is Taxachusetts.
Taxachusetts, bro. If you send me a bill, I'm ignoring the fuck out of that.
Yeah, so they sent me and it's based off of like how like much your car was worth and stuff too. So they sent me an excise tax and I didn't pay it. And then they sent me it's like, this is a warrant for you not paying it.
A warrant for your arrest?
Not for my arrest, but like to get that money, I guess.
I mean, shit, if they're not going to arrest you, what are they going to do?
It says it could stop my license from being able to be renewed, but if I get a Texas license, that should be over, right?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
So I got to make another schedule to get my Texas license.
Oh, shit.
Before my license expires.
When does it expire?
In like 2 years.
Oh, shit, you got nothing but time.
Yeah.
2 years? Bro?
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
I think it's 2024.
Bro, call and be set in advance in 2025, bro.
Yeah.
You got time. Use that shit to the end.
That license plate doesn't exist anymore.
No, they can't do anything. I had that old license plate in Mass, and I didn't pay tolls. I didn't pay anything.
That's gonna come back to you someday. ChatGPT is gonna fucking go through somebody's database and find your name and flag it.
Fuck it, bro. By the time it gets that good, statute of limitations, dog. 7 years. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, the way AI is advancing right now.
Listen, hey, I'm just gonna have to stop GPT for being a snitch for the next 2 years.
Snitch GPT.
Yeah.
Remember we had ChatGPT write rhymes about snitching? It wrote snitch raps.
I bet you'd be probably good at that. It's got real I write snitch rap vibes.
Go back to this podcast is powered by ChatGPT. I think that's the title of the episode. And we do some ChatGPT raps on there. Fun times. That's when it first came out, and we were like, "Oh, look, this can write essays." And now every app is like, "Oh, by the way, I also have ChatGPT integrated into me."
AI, bro, they're just sneaking. Not even sneaking it. They're jamming AI into everything, and it's only a matter of time. I'm telling you, 2 years, everything's gonna be AI.
Yeah.
Once the AI comes, the AI ChatGPT quality comes onto the phone. And it becomes overtakes Siri or Google or whatever. It just becomes AI. It's a fucking wrap. We're already done.
I have the ChatGPT app on my phone right now, but it's still
still this is beta, bro. This is
Bing is powered by ChatGPT now. Bing search.
You know that I like to only search for porn on Bing?
I've heard other people say this. Why is that?
Because I don't know what it is about Google searching for porn. Just doesn't. Google's too big. I don't know. It's fucked up. But Bing, it just defines everything. And it cuts out. I don't know. It's just when you search for porn, back in the day, I had to go to Bing.
Do you go to the video tab? You search it through there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a specific person or a specific scene or video,
yes,
Bing finds it way, I don't know, just more conveniently.
Interesting. Google filters a lot of stuff too. They have the safe search and everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of copyright acts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And so a bunch of that stuff gets
Bing doesn't care. They'll give you all the fucking porn
Bing's
bootlegs.
Bro, they're straight. Yeah, they're straight back alley bootlegs. They got it in their vest and shit.
Yeah.
But
all these sketchy porn streamers that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that scene.
Yeah, that's a weird.
You're on porntrex.com. I find myself on that all the time when I look for new scenes that just came out. Porntrex has it. It lasts for 2 days, and then they get copyright strikes.
You know what has the most porn on it?
Pornhub.
You would think. It's Twitter.
No. Twitter, no. I don't think so.
Twitter porn. It's a thing.
I know there's a lot of porn on there, but I don't think it's the most.
Also, Reddit porn.
That's all short form stuff, isn't it though? Or do people put full scenes up on Twitter and Reddit?
I don't know.
Remember Candace came on here and she said she goes on Reddit for porn in 15 seconds?
Yeah, I think it's better because it's short form. So you're we got to get in and out with the bag.
Yeah.
You can't be spending 6 hours on there.
Does it autoplay as you scroll? Because if it's only 15 seconds, you gotta go from the next thing to the next.
You're just bouncing around.
Yeah, you are. That's too ADD for me. That's the TikTok of porn.
No, they go 2 minutes or so. Some of them. But yeah, that's the new age now. You can't just be. No one's making full length anymore. No one's making Pirates of the Caribbean porn in 2023.
No,
those days are out.
the big budget.
Yeah.
Feature that was overkill. I don't know why they did that anyway. That was 2005, 2006.
There was a time when movie studios had too much money.
That was the last hurrah of the DVD era.
Yeah, in DVD sales, I think that's why movies now you start seeing so many more ensemble cast with actors back in the day it used to be one person in the movie. Now you'll see all these people that have led in other movies.
It's not just Robert De Niro, it's Robert De Niro and fucking
Al Pacino and Morgan Freeman's there and Denzel Washington's there. You're why?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, they're all in the same movie and you're this is wild. And because once the DVD sales gone, studios stopped making as much money as they were, by a drastic ton. Because now you're not able to sell it in theaters because then people had to go to theaters. So streaming took away the DVD and took away the theaters. They lost pretty much 2/3 of the revenue streams.
Tarantino was just talking shit about. Well, he just he used Ryan Reynolds as an example, but Ryan Reynolds did a bunch of deals with Netflix and Amazon and Hulu. did a bunch of movies for them. He's like, can you name any of them? He's like, I can't. Like, they don't even exist.
Yeah, but
so he's doing one more movie because it's like the last like push of movie theaters. He thinks movie theaters are basically done now. And he doesn't want to like do a movie for a streamer because they just don't matter at all. Like, I didn't know Ryan Reynolds has come out with like 5 movies in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the names. There's like Free Guy, Adam and Eve, 6 Underground.
Okay. Yeah, those were listed.
Yeah.
Did you watch those?
What's up?
Did you watch them?
I didn't. I tried watching 6 Underground and I fell asleep and then just never went back to it.
I watched Brad
Free
Pitt's.
Guy, I did watch Free Guy.
I watched Brad Pitt's. Oh, wait, Free Guy is where he's like part of a video game?
Yeah.
Where was I just watching this? Was I with you when we were watching that?
I feel like I saw it somewhere playing the other day when we were somewhere it was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's got what's his face, Lil Rel in it?
Yeah. When was I watching that?
Yeah, but Tarantino's got a point. Movies are very, very forgettable.
Fuck, I know. Did I used to watch the whole thing?
But but it's this kind of weird like dissonance you have to have for people because Tarantino also made the movie with Selma Hayek.
From
like,
Dusk Till Dawn?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That was Robert Rodriguez.
What's up?
That was Robert Rodriguez.
Then that's not the movie. What movie did he make with Selma Hayek?
Selma Hayek's in From Dusk Till Dawn. Wait, no. Or is that the other girl?
I don't know. Her and that other, I know the other girl you're talking about. They look like.
I think it is Selma Hayek.
Who am I thinking of then? Well, I'll have to look it up on my phone's over there. But it was a Tarantino movie, and I know because in the movie, the actress, whoever it is, there's a scene where she's pouring whiskey down her body, and it's coming down through her toes.
Yeah, that's From Dusk Till Dawn.
And then
Tarantino's in the movie.
But he wrote that role of the guy that sucks the toes. There's a guy that sucks her toes.
Is this where the theory began?
What's up?
Is this where the theory began that he's got like a foot fetish?
I don't think it's a theory, bro.
Conspiracy.
If you write a movie, a scene completely unnecessary,
yeah,
just for you to suck her toes, I mean, I don't think that's a theory anymore. That's just an exhibition.
Tarantino wrote the screenplay.
Yeah. So he wrote in a character that sucks the toes and then cast himself as the character that sucked the toes.
And he wrote himself as the guy that says the N-word.
Coincidence? Maybe.
He's living his best life.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Through the silver screen.
Yeah, he's out here just writing roles, things that he's always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. He's like, bro, if I could get on Selma Hayek's toes. Dog.
I went to see Burt Kreischer's movie in the theaters on Sunday.
Was it any good?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
What a ringing endorsement.
Go see it if you like Burt. That's all it is. I love Burt, so I had to go support my boy. When I heard that story in 2015, I was like, "Oh, this is my guy. I'm riding for Burt Kreischer."
Based off that story?
Yeah.
Did the movie do the story justice?
It embellishes the story. It like just creates a whole new world out of the story.
I see.
So the story is he robbed a train when he was with his Russian class in Russia. He hung out with the mafia. He became friends with the Russian mob. And then they were on a train drinking, and like the mobsters made him like rob everybody's luggage. And he like robbed his classmates and stuff too. So then in the movie, he steals a watch from this guy. And then 20 years later, that guy's daughter comes back to get the watch and kidnaps Burt and his dad. And then they go on an action adventure in Russia.
For a watch?
Mm-hmm.
How expensive was this watch?
It's a sentimental watch.
All right, but if we're just like, I don't know, just playing devil's advocate here for some numbers. Let's say this was a $50,000 watch.
Yeah, I don't know. They just needed some little plot device.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
like,
based off of...
It's like, you took my father's
I could
watch.
already... What is it? They do that in the movie Life.
Yeah.
Dude,
I watched Life when I was at my friend's house in Fontana, California. And I was on my phone the whole time, so I need to go back and watch it again. I really gave it a try, though. I sat there through the whole movie.
The whole movie is just the funniest part about the movie is the back and forth between Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
They're on screen like they say the funniest shit, but that's all it is. Like it's not like an action movie. Like you're not going to be watching it.
Yeah.
Like, but there's a whole scene about his daddy's watch like 30 years later. I'm like, okay, Bert, you're just all right, cool.
I mean, Daddy's Watch in a Tarantino movie, Pulp Fiction.
Mm.
Christopher Walken brings back the watch.
Yeah.
And he put it up his ass.
I've seen Pulp Fiction, but people always talk about Pulp Fiction scenes, and I swear I have no idea what they're talking about.
I think it was Bruce Willis's like flashback.
The only thing I can remember in Pulp Fiction is Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta when Samuel L. Jackson is reading the Bible, saying the Bible verse with the gun pointed at that guy.
Which isn't a real Bible verse, right? I don't think it is. I think it was made up.
There's something, I don't know if the whole verse, there's like a portion of it, and then he adds something else to it.
Great vengeance and furious anger. That's all I remember.
I can't remember the whole thing, but he goes off. And then when I was growing up, it was like taboo to watch any of those movies. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to hell.
Oh yeah, The Machine was rated R. So I was like, oh hell yeah, an R-rated action comedy. They don't make these anymore. And then the comedy wasn't like over the top. It wasn't R-rated comedy. The violence was.
Was there titties in it?
No titties.
Bert.
I think Bert just talked about this on a podcast. He was like, he wanted to like get some titties in it, and they're like, oh yeah, we like you just can't do that anymore. You can't be like, hey girls, for this scene, why don't you take your titties out? Just because they were like party scenes, so they easily could have had some titties in the background of the party.
Dang.
Like a party montage, there could have been a girl like ripping her shirt off. They always had that back in the 90s.
Yeah. Every American Pie movie for like all time just had. You can write in titties somehow, right?
Not anymore.
Dang.
Yeah.
This is why people hate woke people. Mm-hmm. Woke people, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I do think it's, the worst part is it's not even woke people that get that shit out. It's like moms, like conservative moms that are like, this is, we can't have our children seeing this.
Yeah. The MPAA, the people that rate movies, they're like this like secret society too.
They don't release their identity.
Yeah. They're like, I think there are a lot of like parents and like Christian conservatives.
Yeah. A lot of they're the ones that they do like the stuff with all the textbooks, the stuff that they want taken out, all that stuff, the rating stuff. A lot of that comes from those groups, and like, which is the fucking irony of how we just perspective of how we view things. We're like, it's the woke people. Like, no, all they care about is you not saying gay. Like, I don't care about what's in your movies. Mm-hmm. But those old hags, those old Karens.
What were we talking about recently? That kind of really... Oh, the Pornhub documentary about how like they have all these restrictions on it, and it turns out it's from like Christian conservative groups, but they pretend like they're like human trafficking groups.
Yeah, right.
So they're using human trafficking as a tool to really push their like Christian conservative agenda through. That's
what they did to get rid of Craigslist. Remember Craigslist used to have the personals on there?
Yeah.
And they did like the Human Trafficking Act or whatever, and then like so all the like that stuff went down.
Yeah, it's the new war on drugs, essentially.
Yeah, you just got to say trafficking. Everyone's like, we're against trafficking. We can't. Because no one can be like, this is
like
bullshit.
It's happening in your backyard right now.
They're taking your kids.
What?
Oh, no.
Come into my backyard and stop human trafficking. I found this podcast or this YouTube channel. I forget what it's called. So anyway, but they're a non-religious, like anti-porn group. And they interviewed this girl that was human trafficked by Girls Do Porn. Do you remember that website?
I've heard of it, yeah.
It was always shot in like a cheap hotel room. And it would start with like a girl sitting crisscross applesauce on a bed, and they would interview her and be like, oh, so like, why, this is your first porn scene ever. Like, how'd you want to get into this? And like the selling point of that website, it was just, like average girls, like normal girls, like 18 to 22 years old, doing their first ever porno scene. It's like, damn, how did they get these girls to do it? Well, it turns out they were human trafficking a lot of them and tricking them. They went down in 2019, but they had like a 6-year run. They made like $17 million. And they just caught the last guy. I think it was the founder of the website. They finally just caught him. He was like on the FBI's most wanted list as a fugitive.
Dang.
They got like the other video guy and the main guy that was in the main male porn star that was in most of the scenes. He had like a tribal tattoo. Should have known.
Yeah, the tattoos again.
But that guy dated Emily Willis, and she's one of the biggest porn stars now, and she's like part of a mainstream movie that's coming out. I just saw something about that the other day.
There has been a lot of like crossover from like porn actresses to like mainstream, like
yeah, Chloe Cherry's in Euphoria.
And Maya Khalifa was on ESPN. I was like, word?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
they're starting to break the. Whitney Cummings, I saw, just had Angela White on her podcast.
Yeah, and everyone's got like an OnlyFans now too, so it's kind of like I think that's kind of helped like bridge the kind of like spread it out. OnlyFans is now starting to like air its own content and stuff like that. They're trying to get away from porn.
Like Adam22 is a podcaster and a porn star. He has a lot of porn stars on his like big mainstream podcast.
Yeah. They're the ones that revealed that Blake Griffin was the father of Lana Rhodes' child.
Oh, shit. Really?
Everyone thought it was Kevin Durant, but it's definitely... If you see the kid, it looks just like Blake Griffin. Someone tweeted a picture and was like, bro, Blake Griffin is not slick at all.
Does he have red hair and freckles?
Look up this kid, bro.
Lana Rhodes' baby?
Lana Rhodes' baby. If you see this baby side by side to Blake Griffin, like, you wouldn't even need a paternity test. It is an L. There's a scene in the movie Life
Lana
where
Rhodes' child is the first thing that comes up. Following the birth of Milo, fans started speculating the father of Milo was Kevin Durant. The rumor didn't last so long, as later on fans all around the internet were very sure of their next target. Bruce Brown is the father?
No. Look at the baby.
This is from 4 days ago.
Yeah, it's because Lana Rhodes liked the Bruce Brown thing, so people started talking shit. But look at the baby.
Where is this kid? Oh, wait.
He's got like red hair and freckles, bro. He looks just like Blake Griffin. You can't.
Dude, the cheeks?
Bro, everything. Someone did a side-by-side as Blake Griffin as a child. Bro, they're like identical twins.
Let me put in Lana Rhodes, Blake Griffin.
So, yeah, but someone said, I think it was Adam22 that said it on the podcast. But in the movie Life, there's a scene where one of the inmates gets the warden's daughter pregnant.
Yeah.
And he goes up putting the baby next to all the...
Yeah, dude, that's a pretty good side-by-side.
Yeah, so he goes up putting the baby next to all the inmates to see which one's the father because he's black.
Yeah.
And it's like a really funny scene. But, like, if you did that to Blake Griffin, there's no way he's getting out of that. Like, they are identical twins, which it checks out. Apparently, KD went on a date with her and passed her to Blake.
Somebody sent in her child support, right?
Blake sent in child support, I'm sure.
Yeah.
His ex-wife, he had 2 kids with her, and he apparently wasn't paying child support, so now he pays like $260,000 a month in child support. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he's paying child support to somebody.
I was looking up the Nick Cannon list the other day to see if it's been updated yet.
How much he pays in child support?
No, how many kids he has. It's up to 12 now, I think.
Do you think does he have to pay child support on all those kids, or can he just like, is that necessary?
I don't know if he's paying child support. I think he's just breaking them off.
Yeah, that's true. Child support really only comes in if you stop breaking them off.
Yeah.
Which I feel like breaking them off is a much better way to go. It'll save you just be like, listen, my child support budget would be like this much.
Yeah.
Break them off budget's like this much.
Our friend is trying to get, we put it in her head that she might be able to have Elon Musk's child.
Oh, yeah.
She brought this up we were joking about it again the other day. She's like, you really think I have a chance? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Yeah. You're attractive and you might have like increasing access to Elon Musk.
Yeah, and you write all these fluff pieces about him. Like, this is...
I was like, stop taking your birth control.
Slide in those DMs.
Yeah.
He follows you, right?
She was like, she like has to be very careful on social media. She doesn't want to do anything on Twitter that might like get Elon to unfollow her because then she loses all the access. So I was like, do you have an OnlyFans? And she's like, no, I don't want to post that type of content. Oh, she just started doing Twitter subscriptions, and Elon subscribes to that.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So Elon is like funding her.
He's investing. I know. Just play the slow roll here. Just try to use it to get like a.
If there's like an unlimited tip option on there for the subscriptions, maybe Elon just starts like throwing like
breaking her off.
Yeah.
Break him off budget.
Yo, Elon Musk is your sugar daddy? That'd be sick.
I honestly, I would be surprised 0%. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't already started.
Right.
Like, that just seems like something
Elon
he would do.
has to have secret baby mamas.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 9 kids that we know about.
Right.
One of them was a secret, came out like a year or 2 later. I bet you he's had a couple more.
Yeah.
That dude, he's on the Nick Cannon plan for sure.
Yeah, Nick Cannon's always got one going. And then people find out, like, right when they're sure that the kid is going to be healthy. I think that's when the announcement comes out.
Do you think girls just, like, meet Nick Cannon? They're like, I could get a baby by this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, there's definitely some of them that are hunting.
Pretty high. If you're a model, if you're an attractive model, if you're a wild and out girl.
Yeah. How many of them has he gotten pregnant?
A couple, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely got a couple. I think there's at least 2 that I can't remember their names, but I'm sure of it. Because they made a joke about it on an episode of Wild and Out. Mm-hmm. Did you know they did that?
Like every episode.
Yeah. And they did that game where it's like you tell the truth or you pass or whatever. And it's like a court thing. And then one of them comes up, he's like, I do declare, Nick Cannon, how many of these Wild and Out girls have you got babies pregnant? Or have you slept with or something like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, pass. And everyone, like, he lost a point. Everyone went crazy and shit.
Dude, imagine how many girls haven't gotten pregnant by Nick Cannon.
But he's got to be, what do you think? He's just in there wantonly shooting the club and crossing his fingers? And
I wonder how deep some of these relationships are before they got a baby in them. But then you better hope that career flourishes. You better hope Nick Cannon doesn't get canceled.
Bro, no wonder he's like, man, I'm doing America's Got Talent. I'm trying to keep it going. Because
I'm sure he's got some trust funds set up.
I hope so, man.
At least 12 of them.
13. He just
has some safety nets for these kids.
He's going to be the only person with...
Yeah, he doesn't do America's Got Talent anymore, right? Is it like Terry Crews or something?
Oh, shit. I thought he did one of those game shows.
No. Cause, I mean, he did a stand-up special, which we did. Like, I've always heard, like, that's a good, fun, get high and watch this bad special you put on the Nick Cannon specials. But he said NBC stands for N-word, be careful. And he wasn't careful, and they fired him off of NBC.
Oh, man. He's
But Wild and Out's on season like 55 or something now.
It's a live show, right?
No.
It's
like highly edited.
No, like, but they record it live.
Yeah, in front of a live audience. I think it's on VH1 now. I don't have cable, so I don't know. It's just all like when I flip through the channels in a hotel, it's either Wild and Out or Ridiculousness. Those are the only 2 shows I find. Or SVU.
SVU is always on.
And Impractical Jokers.
Ugh.
Those are the only 4 shows on TV.
SVU is so good, though. You can get hooked on SVU. You watch one episode, 6 hours later, you're watching a marathon.
My Coachella roommate just had the SVU marathon on. I'm trying to take a nap, and it's just the most depressing shit.
Yeah, you leave SVU, you're like, yeah, dude, everyone's a rapist.
There was one about a girl that did porn. She was a college girl that did porn, and then 2 college guys invited her to a party and raped her because they were like, oh, you do porn, you must be a slut. We could just do whatever we want with you. And then everyone shunned her. And they didn't believe her rape story because she had done porn that was kind of rapey.
Classic rape shun story.
And then she, so the guys don't go to jail. She loses the court case, and then she goes back to doing rapey porn all over again. Like the end of the episode is her going back to porn, and it's like this huge gangbang scene. There's like 20 guys and her.
Dang.
And one of the cops is like trying to talk her out of it, and then the guy cop is like, "No, she's an adult. You gotta let her do her thing."
Dang.
Yeah. And then it's just like dun 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 dun. Dun. Like, God damn it. No happy ending, bro.
No, there's fucking no happy endings in SVU, bro. And it's always, I love how every episode you already know who it's going to be within like 5 minutes of the episode. You know exactly how it's going to go. Like, it's such a predictable show, but they do such a good job with it.
Well, this episode, you know right at the beginning who did the crime. But then the rest of the episode is them like fighting it in court.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird
Oh yeah, the Girls Do Porn girl. Her interview was interesting. It's I think the podcast is called like I Was Trafficked by Girls Do Porn.
Oh shit.
I think that's the title of it.
The whole podcast?
Yeah, it's 2 parts. They're each an hour. I watched most of the first hour, but it's really depressing. But she was going to do yoga fitness clothes modeling, and they would troll like Craigslist and Backpage and put out all these like modeling ads. So she applied for it, and they seemed completely professional. On the phone, everyone she talked to, and then they gave her like other models that she could talk to, like reference models, and they were like, oh yeah, this company's so great, blah blah blah. So she's like, oh, this is legit. And then right before the shoot, they're like, oh, by the way, so we also own this like porn company, so if you're ever interested. And she's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, all right, just keep it in your mind. And then the reference models will be like, yeah, this company's so great, oh, by the way, they also do porn, so I don't know if you're into that. And she's like, no, I'm good. So like, okay. They fly her out. They pick her up in an SUV. It's got like child locks on in the back.
Oh,
the windows
shit.
are locked. Yeah, and it's like some guy that she like didn't really know yet. Then they go to the porn star's house. They put her phone in a safe. They like stand by the door. I think they like tried to get her to do like nude model. They like forced her to do like nude modeling there. Then they bring her to a hotel. She still doesn't have her phone yet. They lock the door. They keep her there for 9 hours, and they force her. They get her drunk and high and force her to sign a bunch of paperwork without reading it, and then shoot porno scenes. But like while she was leaving, another girl was coming in, and that girl was there for porn.
Oh shit.
So some of the girls were like, "Oh yeah, all right, I'll do porn," but other girls are like, "No, thanks." And then they get there and they're like, "No, you're doing porn."
Fuck.
I was like, "Damn, don't you?" I know it's all about power and control. But also, it's like, you guys are making a lot of money off of girls that do want to do porn. Why don't you just stick with that?
Right. I'm like, there's enough of those that if you were just like legit about it, then you could do that. A lot of people do. I don't know why it's like a.
So 22 girls sued Girls Do Porn. And they were awarded a bunch of money in the trial. But this girl is like, I have not seen one penny.
Oh, you never see most of that money because.
It's all overseas and shit.
Yeah, like where do they get that money back? And then like it becomes evidence and it just gets a lot. It's like even if they do.
That guy
like,
took off with millions of dollars.
Yeah.
When he fled as a fugitive.
Being from it's so weird. I wonder like how like being a fugitive from the FBI, because like they can find you in like places like if you're like warrant from the police, it's like you leave the state. Mm-hmm. But FBI.
I think he was Australian. So I don't know where they found him now.
Just hiding out in the fucking outback and shit, and fucking kangaroo pouch and shit.
He could have been over here on a fake name or something, but yeah, if you watch some of the videos, you hear the guy with the Australian accent doing the interviews.
Does he like when they finally get him?
They just got him like a couple months ago, I think.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, the porn star tribal tattoo guy, he got sentenced like a year ago. He's doing like 20 years or something like that.
Fuck. Yeah. That's doing some real time.
They got some other guy too. Oh, so like after they would traffic these girls, then they would like threaten them and blackmail them, and they would dox them. They would put all their their real names out on the internet and shit. Like they had all these like websites and blogs that they also ran dedicated to like attacking these girls and doxing them.
If they like said anything about it? Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Or I think they would just put it out like anyway, just to like fuck with them.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. So like this girl was shunned by her community. She came from a very like religious background, and immediately like people started sending to the family like the link to the video and stuff. So she got found out really like quick, like at her school and her church, everything. And everyone started coming at her, and she was too embarrassed to say that she's like, no one's ever gonna believe that I was like kidnapped and raped. So she was just like, yeah, I did porn, I'm sorry. And just kept it a secret for years until the trial. Once the trial happened, like then everyone believed her. Still some people don't though. So like it like ruined her life.
Yeah, no, getting kidnapped and raped would probably ruin your life. Yeah. I'm no expert on the subject, but
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would make your life better.
I used to watch that website, so I don't know how many like illegal videos I've watched.
Dang.
I think that the podcast is called Consider Before Consuming. So consider that this girl did not want to be a part of this video before you consume this content. And I went back and watched her video, and I watched the interview, and like her eyes do look fucked up. But if you're just like casually watching it, you wouldn't like be thinking like, oh, this girl's like drugged in a hotel room and being forced to do this right now. And there's over 500 scenes on that website. And only 22 girls came forward. So you wonder, there's more out there that probably didn't want to be...
Just didn't want to be involved at all. They're like, we're not going to make anything.
They're like, I'm just trying to move past this. Like,
yeah, there's definitely...
I don't want to go to court and like retell this story.
Yeah, I've already lived through the experience and gotten over it. Like, I don't want to go and rehash all that.
There was one girl that was a part of the trial, and her testimony, she said in her scene, there's a birthday cake. And it was her 18th birthday. So if they shot a porno scene on her 18th birthday... That means before that they were communicating with a minor the whole time. They talked to 17-year-old girl into doing porn, or maybe they tricked her into doing the fitness porn and then like okey doked her on the day of.
Yeah, either way, they were definitely in communication before she was legal.
Yeah,
savages.
Yeah, these guys are into all types of weird shit.
God, fucking monsters out here. It's like
that's like a control thing, like yo, or like bragging rights, I guess. Like yo, I fucked this chick on her 18th birthday.
Yeah,
day one.
There's definitely something past that because I'm like, if you just look at like all the porn out there, there's definitely some that come from the people that like make it, like all the OnlyFans and like home created content and stuff. It's like those people were just out there trying to be monsters, you know, like trying to like get in those situations and have that happen, like making it happen, which good. Fucking lock them up. Throw away the key. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need that shit.
That's some freaky shit, man.
There's some wild. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I never was really, I don't know.
They just like put all this shit out. It was like wide out in the open on the internet for like 6 years.
But also, all this shit is kind of like wide out. Like, you look at the whole Epstein thing, like, that was wide out in fucking real world for like 20 years.
True, yeah.
It was just right there in front of us.
Yeah,
like,
he'd been arrested. He'd like,
yeah, it was like
served a sentence for it, like all this shit.
Yeah, it's like everybody knew. It wasn't like a secret.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the fucked up part about it is also there's that documentary that talks about who owns MindGeek or whatever.
Yeah, the story of Pornhub.
The story, yeah. They not the one that recently came out on Netflix. This was like an older one.
Oh, okay.
And it was
I
trying
want to watch that because like this one barely talked about MindGeek. They were
Yeah.
just like, yeah, MindGeek bought up all the websites. Anyway, they're trying to get porn banned off the internet.
No, this one's trying to figure out who owns MindGeek.
Okay.
And it's like the owners. It's just like random dudes, and you're
Those
like,
guys
what?
are in the Netflix documentary because they're on a Zoom call with some of these like anti-trafficking groups.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, because they have like a thing, but then they were trying to find out like where all the money goes, because they have, and they were. I forgot. Yeah, the name of this documentary. I'll have to try to remember it. And they were looking through it, and it's owned by all these like shell companies, and it's like this web. But you look at, and there's like billions of dollars of investment in here, and you're like, this isn't just like broke dudes starting their own porn thing that get to that kind of that create that and own it. You know, like this has. When you get up into billions of dollars of investment into a company, that's past street level stuff. That's past like regular people on the street just putting something together. Like billions of dollars, there's definitely people in places that you know and you see and have a bunch of power that are involved in this. And that's kind of what the whole documentary was talking about. And I'm like, not surprised at all. That shit is everything. It's fucking grimy.
You know what's not grimy? Patreon.com/LonelyMans.
Those are just all fun stories. Happy endings.
Just good times over there.
Yeah, dude. It's so fun. And you hear a story and you feel good about it afterwards.
Hear my story from the weekend this week. It's out right now. It's on Patreon.com.
Also, The Weeknd no longer goes by The Weeknd.
No?
No.
What does he go by now?
He goes by, what's his name? Something McKinnon?
Okay.
McConan? Remember that
McConan.
McConan. I think that's his last name.
Is it?
Yeah, or like
McConan was a different guy.
No, like Ladies Love Up McConan or whatever came up with that club going up on a Tuesday song.
Yeah.
But The Weeknd's name something McConan, or McConan's his first name or something like that.
The Weeknd, new name?
No, just he's gonna start going by his actual name instead of The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, real. Oh yeah, Abel McConan, Tesfaye. So there were two McConans signed to OVO. That's interesting.
Was the other guy McConan too?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like a very common Canadian name.
Was it Girls Love McConan? No, I Love McConan.
I Love McConan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
His real name?
Yeah.
I wonder. Abel McConan Tesfaye. I Love McConan. McConan Kamal Sharon.
Okay. Yeah, so there's two McConans signed to OVO. Not a very common name.
Bed rotting. Gen Z is destroying their future. Never be at home. I need to read this article. I think I'm Gen Z now. I'm just in bed all day.
You might be Gen Z.
Working from home. Oh, I'm not working from home.
Is the article that Gen Z doesn't leave home because they just like hang out in their beds all day?
I get all these Gen Z articles.
Yeah.
I get articles about Gen Z, ChatGPT, and super yachts. I'm a millennial CEO who hired Gen Zers. I was shocked by the desire for feedback and the help their social media. So this is a pro Gen Z article.
Oh shit, they are better at social media. Like all of them.
Here we go. $285 million luxury overshadowed Conor McGregor's $3.5 million Lamborghini yacht at F1 Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, he had a $3 million yacht? What is he, broke?
Yeah, he had the Lambo yacht out there.
Oh, it's only $3.5 million? Jeez. Yeah. What a broke-ass bitch.
Yeah, Lambo cars cost more than that.
Yeah, bro. What do you just...
$285 million yacht, dude. Fuck, let's go.
A $285 million yacht. And you spend like... Someone was saying you spend like $100,000 a day just to maintain it, to keep it on the dock and keep it staffed.
Dude, I got an article a couple of weeks ago about a super yacht that's been abandoned somewhere. And it can't be moved yet. I don't know, something with the government, blah, blah, blah. But the crew's been living on there for like 2 years. And it's just burning diesel day and night. Like, you can't shut the engine off. So it just burns diesel all day, all night.
That shit costs so much to fucking just maintain, like, daily. Yeah. And those people still have to be paid. So you're paying the people. You're paying for gas. You're paying for their living, their food, all that jazz. So I wonder what the crew does. They just hang out on the boat?
Yeah, they're like unpaid too.
They're unpaid?
An average 70-meter luxury yacht will burn around 130 gallons per hour with the engines running, while the amount increases significantly when the ship is moving. Yeah.
Unreal. And there's just people that just have that money to burn. Because you get on the yacht like twice a year. Because you're always doing other shit, and it doesn't even faze you.
For a $10 million yacht, the cost to operate will be about $2 million per year.
$2 million per year. What does that break down to per day?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 365. $5,479 a day.
Well, that's not the worst.
All right.
Oh, that's a $10 million. That's a $10 million yacht.
$10 million yacht.
$285 million super yacht.
Yeah.
That's costing what, 28 times as much?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'll cost a couple $100,000 a day.
Was that $56 million a year?
$3 million. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot.
All right, we're out of here. I gotta go fuel my yacht.
Peace.